morning and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited. I'm in the best mood. It is a beautiful sunshiny morning and I couldn't wait to bring this video to you guys because it is something I'm so passionate about. Today we are going to talk about gut health. Everything you need to know about gut health if you have constipation, diarrhea, digestion issues, bloating, gas pain, all of it, how to heal your gut. Happy gut, happy life, right? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I think if your gut is feeling good, you're feeling good. If your gut's not feeling good, not gonna lie, you're probably not feeling good. So I know this isn't like the most fun thing to talk about and it can be a little bit like embarrassing and everything, but I feel like every person who has opened up has had some kind of gut issue and has wanted to heal their gut. So we're just gonna talk about it, and to be a little bit vulnerable, I'll give you guys a little bit about me and my gut. I luckily haven't battled any like chronic issues like IBS or like chronic constipation or anything like that, but my gut is kind of sensitive, and depending what I put into it, it does react pretty fast with bloating, with pain, with those other symptoms. They're just temporary because I have learned how to heal my gut. So a little bit about me. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you probably saw this, but if you haven't, you didn't. I am getting married in less than 2 weeks and I had my bachelorette party just this past weekend and it was so much fun. We had a lot to drink, we had a lot to eat, and my stomach after was not happy. Like, I will show you guys. I took a picture actually Friday morning before I left because all of a sudden I was like super proud of my progress and I could see some progress from a few months back. And then I will show you a picture of what I looked like when I came back this past week. I was so constipated, so bloated, in so much pain, and it was just not good. I was not doing good. But I am back. I'm feeling so much better, and that is because I did these things to heal my gut from what I put in it. Like I said, my stomach is sensitive to things I put in it, so alcohol, sugar, too much processed carbs, greasy foods, it does not react good. If I don't eat on a strict schedule, it doesn't react good. And so I do have those issues. But I was able to get my body back in less than a week and get back on track with these tips I'm gonna share with you today. Real quick before we do jump into the tips today, I do wanna share with you guys that I actually had the privilege of working in a PT clinic that specialized in women's health for over 2.5 years. And we dealt with a lot of patients who had issues such as chronic IBS or chronic constipation where they've had it for over 20 years. And even from that, talking with PTs and working with those patients, I was able to learn a lot of tips that help them as well to get rid of these chronic issues. With that being said, these tips don't mean that they're going to heal them. I am not a doctor by any means. I'm not qualified in that sense. I'm going to give general tips that have helped me that I don't have chronic IBS or anything like that. These are tips that has helped me with bloating, with gas pains, with constipation, different things like that. But not necessarily if you have like celiac disease or if a dairy allergy or if you're hypoglycemic. I'm not necessarily going to say that these are going to be the cure. So just my best tips that have worked for me and my body and what I've learned from my research experiences and working at my clinic. Okay, let's jump into it. Okay, jumping right into it is tip number 1, and that is to start your morning with some warm water. Hot tea works as well, but the best you can do for your system is some warm water. And why that is because warm water actually helps stimulate your digestive tract. So if you are having issues such as constipation or your bowels or your intestines are really tight, it actually acts as what we call a vasodilator, which helps to expand those and obviously help to move everything right along. Another thing warm water can help to do in the morning is to increase blood flow to your stomach, which helps get it working and moving because our body works the best when it has that blood in the area. You are more than welcome to add a little bit of lemon to it or anything like that to get it to taste a little bit better, but starting with just some lukewarm water can really help getting things moving. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it. I like to move it, move it. Moving along to tip number 2, and this is to utilize intermittent fasting. If you guys don't know what intermittent fasting is, I do have some other videos on there. I will pop them up here. I will put them in the description box below so you can check those out and learn about them, because that is a whole nother topic, not for today. But utilizing intermittent fasting is so useful when your system needs a little reset and we need to reset our gut. And that is because it allows your gut to rest. So I'm a person who actually really likes analogies, and so I'm going to share with you guys an analogy to help make you understand why intermittent fasting is so useful. Now, I'm also a soccer player, or used to be a soccer player. Remembering that I'm a senior and I finished my last season. But anyways, let's think about a soccer player who just sprained their ankle. Do we think that getting up in the morning and running is going to be good for the ankle or bad? I would vote bad. Do you think that getting up and resting the ankle is going to be good for it or bad? I would vote good. Our body needs to rest in order to heal. Just like your ankle, it's not going to do well if you continually use it after you've sprained it. You need to let it rest. Our stomach does the same thing. If it is all messed up, needs to be able to heal, it needs to rest in order to do so. And intermittent fasting basically shortens the time you eat and allows your body to rest and your gut to rest during that time you're not eating, versus it's all backed up, things aren't good, your intestines are all tight, and you wake up first thing in the morning and put a bunch of food in it. It never has that time to heal itself and rest. So if you utilize intermittent fasting, you allow your body to rest and naturally start to heal your gut. Super cool. Moving along to tip number 3 into healing your gut, and this is to consume anti-inflammatory foods and drinks. So these can be things like salmon, nuts, ginger, leafy greens like spinach and kale, lemon, apple cider vinegar, or drinks like tea and kombucha. All of these things are going to really help to reduce the inflammation in your gut, also bring healthy bacteria into your gut to heal whatever is going on in there. So these foods are full of fiber. This helps to get your digestive tract moving. They're full of oils. This also helps to kind of get your digestive moving. And like I said, probiotics that are actually good bacteria that you're going to put into your stomach to help balance out the bad bacteria that is causing things like gas and bloating. All right, guys, jumping into tip number 4, this is something I did learn in my PT clinic, and this is to give yourself a light stomach massage, or a colon massage to be more specific. And this helps to encourage the waste and everything in your system to begin moving, and it really does work. So what you're gonna do is lie flat on your back. You're gonna put your hands into a little fishy, and then you're gonna start on the right part of your colon, which is by your right hip. I will pop a picture up here and describe to you what you're gonna do. So nice and light, you're gonna push up your ascending colon, then you'll follow it along your transverse colon, come down your descending colon, and then finish it off with your sigmoid colon. And you just go massage through this pattern over and over again. You will usually start to feel your stomach kind of start gurgling or things just start moving. But if you don't, do it up to 5 minutes and then give yourself a break, and you could always revisit it later. So doing this in the morning when you have this like bloating, IBS, constipation, gas pain, anything like that, will help to encourage the movement in the morning, especially combining this with the warm water like we did talk about in tip 1 is going to be really helpful to healing that gut and getting all of that stuff you want out. Moving along to tip number 5 that I'm not excited to talk about because it's not fun, and that is to cut out the coffee. And people might get confused by this because coffee is technically a diuretic, meaning that it's going to help everything move along. But with that being said, coffee can mess up the microbiome in your stomach, which is basically messing up the bacteria and everything. So to be safe and to help heal your gut, you should stop having coffee for just a few days. It does help me. I don't normally react to coffee, but when my gut is messed up, I have noticed it is helpful when I don't consume it and have something like tea or kombucha or straight water. You can't go wrong with H2O, and that's what's going to actually help your gut heal the most. Okay, we're moving on. We don't want to talk about not having coffee anymore. It's rude. Moving along to tip number 6, and that is to incorporate some light movement into your day. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but something like a walk or like yoga. It has many benefits because exercise can help to stimulate movement within our digestive tract. It helps to bring oxygen to the area and help it to heal itself. Also, a lot of times when you do light movement, it helps in stress relief. And another big issue in why our GI tract or why we have gut issues is because we have stress. So in order to heal our gut, let's de-stress, get a little bit of movement in, and help to promote healing naturally inside of our gut. All right, moving along to our final tip, which is tip number 7, and that is to cut out processed foods, sugars, alcohols, dairy, anything of that sort, because everybody's stomach is naturally a little bit sensitive to these. You might not be like lactose intolerant, and you might not have celiac disease, but to an extent our stomach is sensitive to these. Like I said with mine, this is when I had my issue over the weekend, is because I consumed all of these foods and I got super bloated, super backed up, and gross. We don't need to talk about that anymore. But point is, you don't need to cut these out for the rest of your life. I'm not saying to go on a crazy diet, but to heal your gut for 2 to 3 days, depending how bad it is, I would encourage you to cut out all processed foods, all processed sugars, alcohol, and lay off the dairy as well. And this is super gonna help. This is gonna allow you to fill your diet with those high fiber foods, foods that have a lot of probiotics, and allow your gut to finally get moving and get rid of all of that. All right, my friends, that is my 7 tips on how to heal your guys' gut naturally. These are things that have worked for me, that worked for me this past weekend, and I thought I would share with you guys because seriously, they say like happy wife, happy life. I like literally believe happy gut, happy life. When your gut is messed up, it is just not fun. So I hope these tips have helped. These are based off my research, my experiences, and my previous work, but I am no doctor. If you are having more serious issues like IBS, like chronic constipation and everything, I would encourage you to go see your doctor. They can give you better help so that way you can cure your chronic issues. But I hope for those of you guys who may have had just like a party weekend and need to reset and heal your gut, that these tips really do help for you. If you guys do have any more questions, I know it's uncomfortable to talk about, you can DM me on Instagram or you can comment below if you really don't care. I would love to hear your questions and answer more because this is something I am super passionate about. I think it's a super serious topic that people are too scared or embarrassed to talk about, but it needs to be talked about. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really does support my channel and I do appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe, turn on those notifications so you don't miss any future videos because they do come out every single Monday. Thank you guys. It's been so fun. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.